Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of August 1st. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with red jasper, the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with obsidian, and the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with white crystal. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. If you're drawn to more than one, that's fine. Maybe your message is a combination, and you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, I've provided timestamps below this video. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what the tarot has for you. I hope your month of August goes great. So, as is customary now with the Tarot de Marseille, I'm going to just throw down all 5 cards, and then I'm going to stare at them in silence and see what we come up here. And I'm going to need the time because we have a bunch of court cards and the Emperor here. Let me just adjust this. How is this for you? This should be good. Excellent. Group 1, it's looking like this week is going to be your time to shine. The fact that there is a court card in the middle of this cross and that these 2 guys are looking at it makes me assume that this is you. So I would invite you to embrace this, whatever attention will be focused on you. I believe that this is either going to be recognition for something that you've completed. I'm getting the completion from the 9 of coins here and the 10 of swords at the bottom of your deck. So these are like cards of bringing something to an end. And the fact that you are the center of this of attention, I would see this as an invitation for you to enjoy it and to enjoy the fruits of your labor and to not, how can I say this? The thing that I'm not exactly sure what to say involves this Knight of Cups here at the bottom. So this is, what I'm seeing here is that there's this aspect of standing on the shoulders of giants. And here's the deal. Everyone is standing on the shoulders of giants. And the reason I'm saying this is because although it is good to, you know, if you're getting recognition from your peers for something that you've brought to a completion or some kind of major milestone, it is good to share that recognition with other people. However, don't fall into the trap of deflecting all of the praise onto this person. I'm saying this because a lot of people, myself included, have trouble receiving praise. And I have the feeling that for you this week is going to be an opportunity for you to do things or to get the praise that is due to you because of things you've done in the past to reach this point of completion. So if that is the case, it is good to acknowledge, you know, the people who have helped you out, but don't fall into the trap of using them as a shield to not be the center of attention. That is the only real danger that I see here. But overall, good for you for you know, reaching this point. Like the fact that let's pretend the Emperor is a court card for a second here. The fact that this reading is almost all like people court cards, so to speak, makes it difficult for me to see the details behind what has brought you to this point, but this ending and completion here is looking really good, and you know, I want to congratulate you too. Good job for reaching this point, and you know, don't be afraid to bask in the glory that that is due to you. You know, we all do great things, and it's cool to get recognition for those things. So with that note, I will invite you to use the timestamps below to jump to your oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 2, the Knight of Cups reversed flipped over while I was shuffling your deck. I don't know what that means, if anything, but I'm just pointing it out also as a reminder to myself. Speaking of reverse knights, we start off with the Knight of Coins and the Ten of Coins both reversed. So I'm not sure what these reversals mean in the sense that you may have heard me say this before, but I read reversals as a block, glitch, or delay in what the meaning of this card is. So I don't know which is which. So let us proceed. I think. Oh, you have an entirely reversed reading. So this Wheel of Fortune in the middle of your cross does make things. Now I don't feel so dumb for being confused about your reading here. Let me see here. Like, here's the thing. Bad beats happen. The fact that this Wheel of Fortune reversed is in the middle of your cross is giving me the a clear why as to what's going on with this energy here. And what I will say for you, Group 2, is that bad beats happen. And the important thing when, let's say you want to do something, here's a silly example just to lighten the mood. Let's say that there's this major party, a picnic to celebrate something, and it's going to happen on this date. And I plan it like months ahead. I invite the people, get all the RSVPs, call the venue to make sure that there's enough room for all the people, and book a DJ or whatever to provide entertainment, pay my deposit and shit like that. And then in the weeks coming up, I see that it's going to be overcast and raining the entire time, like rain and thunderstorms the entire weekend. So that's kind of a thing that will kill the buzz for an outside picnic that I've been planning for months, But the thing, like, in order to... The important thing that I'm trying to convey to you, Group 2, is that when things like that happen, it is easy to fall into analysis paralysis and try to like scramble for what do I do, And I think that at times like that, it is important to fall on the fundamentals. That's why we call them the fundamentals. I'm surprised I don't feel I've said this in a long time, which is surprising because I say this all the time. Mastering anything is mastering the basics. Back in the day, in the early days of this channel, I've often used boxing as a metaphor, where to just throw a solid jab is a very fundamental technique. I've obviously never boxed professionally. However, I have boxed, and throwing a good jab is an important thing to have, because when the shit hits the fan, when you get punched in the mouth, to have a good, reliable jab that you've practiced countless times to fall back on will help you have options even when your head is spinning and you're not sure what day of the week it is, because your opponent just punched you right in your sweet spot, and it took everything in you to not fall down to the mat, I'm pointing, all of this was about the emperor here, which is, rulership, mastery of the domain. And it is important that whenever impromptu things happen that kind of spoil your plan, don't fall into analysis paralysis. Rely on the fundamentals of what you do. That is the time that the basics are there for. And I'm reminded of an actual lived story that happened to me. You may not know this, but I have done improv for many years, and I grew to a point where I was pretty good, okay? Especially considering the amount of years that I have been doing it, I was damn good. And I remember there was an evening where I was just feeling off. That whole night I just felt off, and I remember for that entire evening, I was just focusing on who are we to each other, where are we, and what does my character want. That was all I cared about for the entire fucking evening. And at the end of the show, some veterans who I know these people would not blow smoke up my ass. If they thought I sucked, they wouldn't tell me that I did a good job. And these people consistently after the show told me, "Hey man, you were really good tonight." And I knew they meant it. And it's for times like that that relying on the basics and practicing it over and over again. It's for times like this that things like that become important. So, to sum up the reading as a whole, I've spent all my time talking about these three cards here. But for you, the important thing to remember for this week, Group 2, is that when impromptu things happen that kind of spoil what you have planned, it's important to rely on the basics and keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep your ultimate goal in mind. Because, you know, this is another metaphor I've used. If you're trying to go somewhere and the exit that you were planning on taking is blocked, then all you have to do is take the next exit, and it will take a bit longer to get to your destination, but you will still get to your destination as long as you don't panic and don't get like all flustered and just rely on, you know, keeping a safe distance from the car in front of you and signaling safely so that you can take the next exit and get to where you want to go. This Eight of Cups has been silently nodding along. It's really important to take impromptu things and to move past them. That's what the Eight of Cups has been saying this entire time, which I kind of integrated into this whole reading. So, honestly, that was pretty much it. You know, it's don't let whatever this week has to throw at you affect your sense of agency and capability. And it's okay when you're all daisy and you're not sure which day of the week that it is and where you are, to just keep throwing jabs and rely on that. That's why you practiced it. I hope you practiced it. This Emperor here suggests that you did. So, on that note, I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there, Group 2. All right, Group 3, two cards turned over while I was shuffling. The Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Star card. There we go. So that might mean something, it might not. I am just saying that, you know, hashtag just saying. Let's see what we got for you. And we have the Moon card and the King of Wands. Okay, so my first vibe from this is steering the ship true despite the fog despite the fog that you have to steer through to stay true to where you want to go. We certainly have the fog here. Let me just throw this. Well, you know what? If you're going to have a reading that's entirely reversed, except for three cards, you know, the King of Wands and the Six of Wands are good cards to have on your side. The Moon, you know, not to the same extent, but it's still, you know, every card has an invitation and a warning, you know? So, I think that, I'm not sure which court card is you here. These might be two different aspects of yourself. It is possible, though unlikely, that you're not in this reading at all and that these are two people around you. Although, obviously, like this being the first court card, I am biased towards reading this card as you. This Queen of Wands reverse might also be you. But I think the important thing for you, Group 3, is to remember the balance. Like, there is a fine line between being daring and being foolhardy. And I think that finding that Aristotelian mean is going to be something to keep in mind. And I'm talking about the Fool reverse here. So sometimes, one alternative reading of the Fool reverse in the middle of your cross is that being afraid to take the leap. However, given these two cards here, I'm kind of steering more towards the foolishness aspect of the Fool when it's reversed with these two cards here. So I will just say, I think that if I interpret this Queen of Wands as an aspect of yourself, I'm taking this line here as a. It's funny. If you came from another group, it is possible that I'm going to repeat something very similar to what I told them. They also had this card here, but the fact of the matter is, when you're flying by night and confused and not too sure how to get to where you want to go, I think that at times like this, sometimes we are tempted to pull out this obscure technique that no one's ever heard of to try to, come up with a creative solution to the problem that we face. However, I think that this line here is saying, despite like this line here is saying, don't get too crafty. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. The reason I took this moon card out is to remind you that there is a path down the middle of this. There is a path down the middle of this card all the way to the top of the mountain in the background here. And if you just trust yourself and you are capable of snatching victory from the jaws of confusion, which I'm getting from the Seven of Cups reverse and the Moon card here. And another thing also that I just got from the Seven of Cups reversed here. Part of the reason this guy is so confused is because he's trying to have it all and he's worried about picking the wrong cup and saying, oh, if I take the jewels, then what about the castle and all that stuff. And I think that it's important to realize that if you calmly keep where you want to go in mind, you can navigate through the fog. And the key for you is to not try to do anything too fancy to Naruto jujitsu technique your way up to the top of this mountain here. I think this is a time to just stay strong and to just keep marching down this road with steadfastness, steadiness of purpose, and determination, knowing that you want to get to the top of this mountain. That's the main warning for you, Group 3. So again, another group got a very similar message with slightly different cards. I'm pointing at this King of Wands here. For those of you who are in the other group also, I'm getting very similar vibes, but at least this card is upright. Anyway, enough mild illusions. Is there anything else that I have for you? Let me just see here. Nope, that is it. So thank you very much, Group 3, and I will invite you to stay tuned for your Oracle card readings, which are coming up right now. All right, so I'm going, as you might already notice, I'm trying to zoom in a little so you can get a closer look at these Oracle cards. I did it by accident last time, but I liked it. So, Group A, your card is Authority. This is Mars in Capricorn. It's funny, depending on the reading, and actually no, with all three readings, the message is the same. You've earned the right to lead and be confident in the authority that you have to steer the ship and to, lead the people around you towards where you want to go. I wouldn't like. It's important to be there for people and to at least hear what they're trying to say. However, just remember that you've made it to this point, and that with the challenges that this week might throw your way, you have the authority to stand fast in what you think is the best thing to do. And don't be afraid to shine in that. Group B, you have the Moonology deck, and your card is the new moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. So this is an invitation for you to make sure that you're... It's basically an invitation for you to audit what your motivations are, what you think is true about the situation. I think that this is an invitation that, it's a warning that there might be things that you assume to be true that are not, and that it is time to really do an internal audit on to make sure that you're coming from the right place and that all your facts are actually facts. Group C with the Tao Oracle, your card is Difficulty in the Beginning. This is I Ching hexagram number 3. And the keywords are growing pains, doubts and fears, awkwardness, becoming stronger, vulnerability, and inexperience. So here's the thing. And it's funny with the snake or whatever it is trying to come out of its shell. Like, focus on the fact that you're growing stronger. I think that it is whenever you're starting something new, and actually the starting something new aspect would explain every reading I just gave. But if you have suddenly found yourself on a new level and you're kind of not sure of your ability, not sure if you measure up and all that stuff, just remember that, you know, the Rome wasn't built in a day. And at some point, there was some peasant or artisan or slave who put the first rock down to build the first building that would eventually become Rome, you know? And I think that if you focus on what you're trying to build and focusing on the process of gradually getting there, that would be the best way to process the feelings, the potential feelings of insecurity that you might have throughout this week. And Group D with the Sacred Geometry Activations card, your card is Remembrance, right here. And the text under it reads, the frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. So I'm reminded of, this was an actual meme with my friends back in the day. There's a phrase in the movie Starship Troopers, remember your training and you will come back alive. These are, well, except with this as a standout, these three cards are giving very similar messages. And remember the fundamentals, remember what you have learned. And if you have a challenge that you are not sure what the answer to it is, this card right here is a specific call out that the answer to the question that is stumping you or that might stump you this week is something that you've already learned a while ago, and to try to remember that. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I hope the first week of August goes great for you. You take care. I'll see you soon.